2024 semi-final championship. So we'll just do the first game, which is on this Tuesday, July the 9th, 8 o'clock in the evening, Irish time, we call it. France versus Spain, repeat of the 1984 final. So what are your thoughts, France versus Spain for semi-final?
Yeah, France versus Spain. I think in our predictions there last week, probably felt that Spain and France would probably make the same final, and they did. France, and I like very, very close to comfort on the penalty shootout against Portugal. Didn't exactly play well. Paul still didn't score from open play, didn't score at all in the last game. And of course, Spain took on that titanic battle against the Germans 2-1 in extra time. They've lost a few key players, Paul, to injury suspension. We'll probably get to that in a second. But just in general about the game, yeah, it's probably two heavy clashes. You said yourself. I repeated 84 final. You said, I think, was it France that won that match?
Yeah, France won 2-0, I think.
Yeah, is that the one where Platini scores? I think. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah. So that's history in that game. Of course, Spain last one determined in 2012. The one was, of course, in 2008 as well. So yeah, Spain. Let's not forget either that Spain were actually in the semi-finals last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think they lost the penalties to Italy. So they had a poor enough World Cup, but Spain always seem to get to the latter stages in tournaments. I think they've played a lot quicker. The big criticism they had in the World Cup nearly 2 years ago now was that it was like side-to-side and overdoing in the pass. I think this team plays more free-flowing football. They got Yamal and Nico Williams there on the wings, two very good young players. Their defence has been good. I think they've only conceded 2 goals in this whole tournament. I think one against Georgia and the one against Germany, and that was in extra time. No, sorry, that was just before extra time, sorry. So look, I think it's going to be a key battle. France aren't clicking yet, Paul, as the attacking force. They haven't scored from up and play by themselves in the whole tournament. I mean, the goal they got against Austria is an own goal. The goal they got against Poland was a penalty kick. They drew, of course, 0-0 with the Netherlands in the group. Then they scraped past Belgium by an own goal by Vertonghen. And now they've drew 0-0 with Portugal. Very lucky.
But they're still getting through now, and they're still winning. That's all that matters in knockout competition.
They're still getting through. As you said, just have knockout football. It's all about winning, all about the results. So they're getting there. But they do need to up their performance, particularly in their attack. I think their defence has been very good now, Paul, to be fair. I think Saliba and Upamecano has been very good. The goalkeeper's been very good. Bune and Hernandez then on the wing on the left and right backs have been good as well. Of course, Hernandez was the left back who scored the winning penalty for him as well. So look, I think they haven't clicked into the gear, and it's a good sign of a team when we know that France can do it because they've proven in the past. They got to the last 2 World Cup finals, the won and the last one. They didn't do too well in the Euro 2020. To be fair, they lost in penalty shot against Switzerland, but they haven't clicked into the gear yet, Paul, but we know they can do it. We know that they have the standards to say. And Deschamps is a man that says, like you said yourself, he's results driven. I think it's something Remedy said, if you don't like the football, you can always change the channel. So he has that arrogance. And the French, they know what they can do. Spain have been probably the team of the tournament so far, Paul. Free-flowing football, good defence, but they are going to be missing 4 key players, Paul. 4 players through injury suspension for this match. Pedri, with that injured, I think 8-9 minutes. Dick Tony Cruz gave a crunching tackle, didn't even get a card for it. He went off injured, so he's not going to be playing. Carvajal, the right back, he scored in the Champions League final for Real Madrid. He's a key player from right back. He's suspended. He got a red card in the match against Germany. Morata foolishly got a yellow card, and he's suspended now because he had a yellow card in the previous games. He's suspended for the semi-final. He got suspended for celebrating a goal.
Oh God! If you were a manager, no, that would absolutely drive me bananas.
Yeah, I think it was celebrating the goal. As far as I can remember, yeah, he scored. I think he scored against Germany. Yeah, but I don't know was that goal or the winning goal. But he is suspended anyway. And Lemon, I think at the right back, the centre back. So on the right hand side, but they got the right back and the centre back beside him, both suspended. So there's going to be a few tinkering around that now. Naturally, they come on for him early in the second half, so they have been able to manage without that centre back. But to have 4 players from the starting team from the previous game missing, it is going to be huge for them, and it could swing the whole tie in France's favour. Now, France have to take advantage of that and have to score themselves, which they haven't been doing much of. If you get the penalties, I would fancy France because the penalties they had against Portugal Like the football might never get in the finishing for France wasn't great, but their penalties were excellent, I have to say, against Portugal. Goalkeeper, if you might remember, Paul, the Portugal keeper, he saved 3 penalties against Slovenia. He couldn't get near the French penalties. So that's one caveat to have. They've also got Kante still in midfield. He's an engine. He's probably one of the players of the tournament so far. He's very good in the group stages. Now I haven't been able to watch much of France in the knockouts, but from what I've seen of them, their defense has been very tight. They have gave up a few chances against Portugal. Portugal probably should have won us near the end of extra time, but teams have created chances with them, but they have to beat their goalkeeper Mannion as well. So
yeah, no,
it's
to me, sorry, no, to me this looks you're going to go to extra time. It might even be penalties, but it looks nailed on at least for extra time this game, because Spain missing the 2 players might kind of cover them small, but France are just maybe France are gone a bit stale. A lot of the players are playing with the PSG and other top clubs. Maybe they're gone a bit stale and maybe they're just slightly over the top, and it could just get so tight it almost will go. I can only see this definitely going to extra time, maybe even to the penalties. But what you thought?
Oh, it could definitely go all the way, Paul. I think it all depends how Spain can manage those missing players. Now, we remember at the time of recording now, we haven't heard anything about any French players missing through injury. And I don't think that Saliba, I think, is the only one on a yellow card from the previous game, but he hasn't got a yellow card before, in other games before that. So, as far as now, through suspensions, France are okay. It's just whether they might pick up an injury in training or anything like that. So, at the moment, we haven't heard anything about French players missing. So the French team are probably going to be at full strength. Spain are going to be missing a few players. That could swing it, but we just don't know. The players coming in for Spain might be probably just as good as the players out. But they're going to have to rejig a few things at the right back in particular, and up front as well. Morata is suspended. He's been the striker that's been starting all the games, apart from the last game where they're already through in the group. So look, it's going to be tight, Paul. It's going to be very, very nervy, I think, in this game. Like there's not going to be many goals in this game. In semi-finals, Paul, it very rarely is. It's like a 1.
So I'm going to push it all. Can you call it?
I think France might just edge it, Paul. That's just basically it. They've been grinding out games. They have probably the 2 teams I know have probably the best defense in the tournament. But I think France might just edge it. Probably even extra time and penalties. But I think France, the mentality they have, they're ruthless. They'll get the job done eventually. And I think they'll just edge it, and I think they'll win the game. Either in extra time and penalties, but I think they'll be going through.
Yeah, I suppose before we move on, I think if Spain had their full complement of players, but again, that's their own fault. If a clown of a player gets booked for celebrating a goal and he's suspended, you know what? Good enough for him, and his team should suffer, because that's just stupidity from professional players. So, and discipline as well will say. So that's their own fault. I have no sympathy for them. They know the rules, and so that could probably swing it a small bit. So look, it's very close. This could go all the way to penalties. France, I think a lot of the players are burned out too now after the club seasons, and there's huge games in this. So maybe it's very hard to be sharp again for France. They're on the go. They won 2 World Cup finals in a row. Maybe they're slightly over the edge. It's hard to know itself. So look, I don't know. I'll just say Spain, but I have no great confidence. I think he'll go to penalties maybe. But look, I just say Spain, but I have no great confidence in that. Possible kind job. So no, we move on to Wednesday night.